poverty into prosperity. We saw old people, we saw young men providing, working hard to provide livelihood for themselves with the support of the Ministry of Poverty Alleviation in Delta State. They deserve a round of applause, please.
Dr. Emmanuel Udaughan was born on October 22, 1954 to Chief and Mrs. Edmund Udaughan of Abigborodo in Warri North Local Government Area of Delta State. He attended the United First Baptist Primary School of Garifay from 1961 to 1966. Later on, he attended the Federal Government College Warri between 1968 and 1974 and the University of Benin from 1975 to 1980, where he graduated as a medical doctor. He also obtained a diploma in anesthesia from the same university. Governor Udaughan was honored as the most outstanding corps doctor in Kwara State at the end of his service here. He started his working career in 1983 at the Delta Steel Company at Alaja near Warri, where he rose to the rank of senior medical officer. Between 1989 and 1994, he worked at several hospitals including West End Hospital Warri, Benoni Hospital Benin City and Shell Hospital Ugunu Warri. Thereafter, he went into private medical practice and established the Abode Clinic in memory of his grandmother. Unable to reach out to as many people in need as he would have wanted to, he sought a wider canvas by venturing into politics. Dr. Udaughan is a grassroots-oriented politician. He was a founding member and chairman of the All Nigerian Congress Association, Warri South Local Government Area, foundation and executive member of the Grassroots Democratic Party, GDM, and founding member of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. On the electoral victory of the People's Democratic Party in Delta State in 1999, Dr. Emmanuel Udaughan was in August the same year appointed the Commissioner for Health. His accomplishments as a commissioner were so outstanding that he received an award as the most outstanding commissioner in the South-South, Southeast geopolitical zones. In June 2003, he was appointed secretary to the Delta State government. A distinguished physician, dependable and diligent administrator, philanthropist, and a brilliant and calculating politician with a wide reach and support across all segments of society, Dr. Udaughan was elected by popular ballot on April 14, 2007, and subsequently sworn in as the governor of Delta State on Tuesday, May 29, 2007. On January 6, 2011, he was victorious in a rerun election ordered by the court. He was sworn in on January 10, 2011, even as he prepared for another electioneering campaign for the April 2011 general elections, which he also won, and was sworn in for a second term on May 29, 2011. Since mounting the saddle of leadership in Delta State, Dr. Emmanuel Udaughan has established himself as a detribalized, dedicated, development-conscious, people-oriented, and Pacific leader whose leadership qualities which have resulted in the massive socio-economic upliftment of the state.
A lot of things are happening in Delta State. A lot of things are happening in the state capital, Asaba. And our state capital is beginning to assume the status of a befitting state capital for a state called Delta State in Nigeria.
His administration is anchored on a three-point agenda: peace and security, human capital development, and infrastructural development. Under his administration, Delta State has remained the most peaceful state in the Niger Delta, determined to reverse the poverty trap that had shackled the people.
From only farming and fishing, we were assured of 3 square meals. But today, that land probably used to farm, probably polluted. People have difficulty in feeding themselves. And when they cannot feed themselves, they become hungry. And when you are hungry, you are angry. And when you are angry, you are violent. Severe and serious environmental pollution, and we need to deal with it. So the time for climate change is now.
Governor Udaughan's focused policy through a bottom-up approach using the Delta Microcredit Scheme was so successful in reducing poverty and empowering the people.
It's the microcredit scheme that gives immediate employment to the unemployed. So we laid emphasis on the microcredit scheme as low-hanging fruit for our strategy in dealing with unemployment. And with the emphasis we laid on it, we got a lot of people engaged by funding them. But you know, when you fund one person and the person opens a business, no matter how small the business is, most of those businesses employ minimum of 5. With time, as they grow from the micro businesses to small-scale businesses, medium scale, they employ more. So it has a multiplier effect, the microcredit scheme. That is why we laid emphasis on the microcredit scheme. In addition to preparing the big ticket industries that will employ people later on.
That the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, honored him twice, in 2008 and 2010, with awards as the best governor in reducing poverty through the microcredit scheme, including the Kwame Nkrumah Leadership Award by the All Africa Students Union based in Ghana. Governor Udaughan's policy on healthcare was adjudged the best in the country in the area of maternal and infant mortality, which is by far the lowest on the national average. His free medical care for children and the elderly must have accounted for this.
They think they lead to illness, they lead to sickness. They think we make our children sick. They think we kill our children. So we must keep our environment clean.
That's what is closest to my heart. It's our free maternity, maternal healthcare service. That is one that is really the closest to my heart. Yes, because governance is about human being, and the beginning of a human being is the pregnancy, and so we're able to pay attention to the child while it's still in the mother's womb. Really, is the dearest part of whatever I'm doing to my heart. You can construct all the roads, you can air condition all the environment, and if women start delivering children that are not acceptable in society, those things don't mean anything.
On resolving the Niger Delta question, Governor Udaughan is on record as the only governor from the region that has implemented the policy of allocating 50% of the 13% derivation to the oil-bearing communities through the Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission. He also recorded remarkable achievements in the education, transport and agricultural sectors. He also executed several road projects and the Asaba International Airport, which has impacted positively on the economy of Delta State. Dr. Emmanuel Udaughan, a devout Christian of the Baptist faith, is happily married to Mrs. Sheila Urowoli Udaughan, and the union is blessed with 2 children. Dr. Udaughan was conferred with the national honor of the Command of the Order of the Niger, CON, in recognition of his contributions to national development. He has been an advocate of Delta State beyond oil, and the drop in the price of crude oil has made it imperative for the nation to look beyond oil for sustainable development.